The Labour Party wants Chernobyl campaigner A.D. Roche as a people's candidate for the presidency. On the eve of historic Stormont talks, the Ulster Unionists still have to decide about taking part. And a point decides the All-Ireland hurling final between Clare and Tipperary. Good evening. RTE News has learnt that the Labour Party wants to propose the Chernobyl children's campaigner A.D. Roche as a presidential candidate. It's understood that they will seek broad support from Ms. Roche so that she can run as a people's candidate for the presidency. Meanwhile, Fianna Fáil sources have dismissed the idea of the broadcaster Marian Finucane obtaining the party nomination. And the Taoiseach Mary Harney has said her meeting with Ms. Finucane about contesting the election was arranged by a third party. The PD leader also said she attended the meeting in a personal capacity.
Earlier this week, the Labour Parliamentary Party gave Dick Spring the go-ahead to see if he could come up with a candidate for the presidency from outside of their own ranks. RTE News has learned that behind-the-scenes consultations have taken place with A.D. Roche, the Chernobyl children's campaigner, to see if she's prepared to allow her name to go forward. She's confirmed to RTE News that she has been approached, and tonight the indications are she is prepared to run. It's understood that in the coming days Labour will seek the support of Democratic Left, the Green Party and Independents to get acceptance on the Chernobyl campaigner being, as one Labour source called it, a people's candidate for the presidency. Meanwhile, the PD leader Mary Harney has denied a newspaper report that she'd approached the broadcaster Marian Finucane to run for Áras an Uachtaráin on behalf of the Fianna Fáil PD government. A spokesman for Ms. Harney said tonight that the meeting with the RTE broadcaster had been arranged by a third party and that she was there in a personal capacity. So with Fianna Fáil due to decide on their presidential candidate on Wednesday, there are indications that when David Andrews returns from Calcutta, he may be asked to allow his name to go forward. Although willing to run, privately Mr. Andrews had ruled himself out because of party fears of losing the by-election and upsetting the government's minority situation further. Those now suggesting the name of David Andrews believe he's the only one who can beat Albert Reynolds for the nomination and the only Fianna Fáil candidate likely to win the race for the Áras. But clearly this is not a view shared by Albert Reynolds.